Okay, I have a couple more I can show you here. One of them is a chorus, and again, this is one where you have um, the waveform and a copy of itself, and possibly additional copies of themselves called voices, and we're moving them in and out of one another, and we get these interesting effects at a rate measured in hertz, and I'll show you how that works right here. And it has a very, very rich effect, almost a detuned effect, and the more you exaggerate the qualities of the chorus, the more detuned it becomes. But let's see what it sounds like. First, listen to the voice dry for a second.
I am honor.
Whoops. Try that again.
I am honor bound.
And now with the chorus.
I am honor bound.
Right, and I can experiment with the length of the chorus.
I must fulfill my mission.
Whoops.
By order of the trine, none shall pass.
Right, so you have a nice effect there, and it's great for science fiction sounds too. It just gives it like a nice wide, kind of a nice depth to it. And the flanger is very similar, except it has this thing called a comb filter, and you won't see it there as called as such. It'll be two sliders called length and feedback. Okay, and so let's mess around with that.
By order of the trine, none shall pass. In the name of Poseidon, none shall pass.
Right, here's your super flange effect here.
In the name of Poseidon, none shall pass.
Right, it is really out to pasture there.
In the name of Poseidon, none shall pass.
That's more like what you would hear for a flanger. So the chorus and flanger are very similar, except the flanger I feel has a more, here my adjective is again, a more ringy quality to it, and chorus tends to have a deeper, slightly more detuned quality to it. But again, it's a matter of taste and experimentation. And either way, I think you'll have fun experimenting with all these neat plugins. Okay, so let me go back to the lecture. Okay, there are our review here. Okay, echo, doubling, chorus, and flanging. And I'd like you to know what those are. They're all types of delay in their own way. And you may find plugins that are called delay that do all these things, or ones that are called choruses that do delay, and they're kind of interchangeable. But generally, you'll find doubling, chorus, and flanging plugins available. In Reaper, we just have chorus and flanging and delay, but you'll find doubling is also usually like its own kind of plugin. Speaking of plugins, I need to talk to you about the 3 laws of plugins, and this is an important concept here. Okay, and Reaper agrees with this. The Reaper manual, right out of the manual here. It is better not to use a plugin than to use it badly. I cannot stress this enough. Just because we have the plugins doesn't mean we should use all of them, especially like, oh, I need EQ, I need compression, I need this. You don't always need it, and it's better not to use it, or use it very, very lightly, than to use it badly. You can't imagine all the horrors out there, of audio that's released with this, it's been over processed, and it fatigues the ears, when you hear this cacophony. Never judge a plugin by how good or bad the presets are. And we saw that earlier with the Reverb that had a whole bunch of plugins that were all musically based, the titles were, but that doesn't mean to say that using any of those presets will not be great for your sound effect or for your dialogue. And of course, you can make your own presets. Remind me when we're in class, and I'll show you how to do a quick save, making your own presets and saving them. Okay, take the time to experiment with them and just have fun with them whenever you can. The more you can check out plugins and mess around with the controls, the faster you'll be able to create things knowing where to go. You have a go-to effect for, I like to use the chorus, this stereo improved shaping plugin here, or this particular preset for EQ on this type of sound effect. And after a while, you'll kind of get into a rhythm of kind of your go-to plugins and how you like to use them. And lastly, don't judge the quality of a plugin by its cost. Now, we're using Reaper and it's free, and that's great. But at some point, if you're in audio and you want to get serious about audio, you may start wanting to buy your own plugins. And there's all kinds of hype about, plugins that are, well, this is a great plugin because it's, $800 or this one's $2,000, and they don't necessarily make your audio sound better if the audio itself isn't good to begin with. But I've also heard free plugins, like free delays, for example, that are just as good as a $500 delay. It depends on the application, how you want to use it, and again, it's a matter of taste. But oftentimes we can find inexpensive, I'm making up these numbers here, but like say plugins that are only like $50 for a particular type of reverb, for example, versus a $1,000 reverb plugin. And the good thing is, though, you get a lot of free demos now, so you can evaluate a plugin and then have it for like 30 days or for 3 hours of use, and then it times out. But at least you can audition it for yourself. And I think you'll find that some of the low cost ones they rival the more expensive ones these days. Okay, there's just so many plugins coming out, new ways to process signals. All right, effects, EQ, and compression are all easy to overuse. Use them sparingly, and you'll, as I said, get better and better feel for when and where to use them. And that's everything. All right, we'll see you again in Lecture 8.